radio station. But don't forget to watch us. So we are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. And I love following it up with guests, particularly who started a business a couple years later. Check in, see how they're doing. That's what we're doing today. You might remember back in 2021 when everybody was thinking about mask and protection and all the things. We've got our guest back with PSC Solutions, Jinhai Yang, who is still at it and growing and going. So welcome back, Mr. Yang.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I love hearing back from businesses, and you started out of kind of a necessity. So let's start from the beginning. Take us back to 2020, 2021. What were you seeing a gap there that maybe as a business you could provide?
Yes, that's the beginning of the 2020 and the early the COVID time. And at the beginning, we really don't have a lot of masks, and everybody's struggling to try to get more protection supply. And that's the time we think about, because the public demand is so suddenly just requires so much, and our production cannot catch it. We say how we can utilize the resource we have to provide more protections. And that's how our story started. We can make a smaller mask. We call the nasal filter. Actually, only cover the breathing, pathway and to protect you. So that's how our story started. But our story just continue how just amazing, just to turn out about how this nasal filter can utilized to protect our family and friends and against the COVID time, and even after the COVID time, the small particle pollution, air pollution, that's one of the biggest public health threat.
And there's different levels of that throughout the world. So your product's not necessarily just for here in Mississippi. You are looking at people globally that could utilize this kind of healthcare protection.
Yes, exactly. I always start from the Hattiesburg. And we try to reach out to friends over there, the family, and try to, and do our part. There are many people contribute to protect each other, and we do our part. And, of course, this one will be beyond Mississippi, and actually the product will reach a different state, Oklahoma, New Jersey, and we just recently have a customer from Netherlands.
Which is really exciting.
Yes.
To think in 2 years you've kind of moved this fast, Mr. Yang, I think is really cool. Did you have any healthcare or entrepreneurial skills prior to starting PSC Solutions, or was this kind of really a pandemic baby business for you?
Ms. Rebecca, I really do not have any skill like that. It's just like some kind of, you see a fire, you just jump in. You're not a firefighter, but you just jump in to get a bucket and whatever you can do to support. So, and that's how we started. So just learn on the road, and I still have a lot of things to learn and lots of things to grow.
And since then, you've even participated in Mississippi's co-builder entrepreneur pitching events. Explain that to us. How did that work?
Yes, that's 2 years ago. And with the pandemic, it just quiet down, and I work on the nasal filter. I said, okay, people will not like it. And, pandemic's already over. But suddenly, there one pitch event happened across the Mississippi state. And there one location at where I work with, Hattiesburg. So I was be informed by the event. I said, that'd be cool. So if I can participate. So I just prepared my materials. I participated for first year and the second year. And actually, I participated 3 times. And I didn't get any reward, but I learned a ton of things regarding how to prepare my presentation, how to address the need, and how to learn, the business, the language, and the term, how to put things together.
And also, too, just your pitch or your elevator pitch or elevator speech, I think, is another way that you can sort of say it. But, Mr. Yang, I'm glad you brought that up for folks listening to Good Things. If you have an idea, there's even things to learn by doing these pitches or doing these sort of co-builder events that are around the state. You may not walk away with the investment, and that's fine, but you walk away with an incredible amount of knowledge that can also help your business move forward, which is a good thing.
Yes, that's a great thing for Mississippi to have, and I'm really benefited so lot from that. And first of all, I try to find audience to talk my product. I don't have any audience, and so basically the pitching event is the first time I get a formal audience. I can tell my story. You only get 5 minutes.
Yeah, wow.
5 minutes, and basically to really talk your product, probably get 1 minute or two. So it really challenges. So it's a lot of the practice to get in there and do a good job. So it's a great learning experience. You met a lot of friends, build some network, and they will guide you to different resources that can help you.
So you had to get it down to the nitty gritty, as they say, Mr. Yang, in terms of what your nasal filters are, like at the actual foundation, like for folks listening. How do you describe them now to people, now getting down to that core kind of concept?
Yeah, the nasal filter actually, we mentioned that it started with try to do a patch, patch the we don't have enough mask, but it turned out the nasal filter is a great. Right now I almost think it's a great cornerstone for public protection against any future pandemic or whatever. So the reason I talk about that is, we have many resources to battle the pandemic. We have vaccine. It's good, but vaccine, it cannot prevent you get the virus, and it cannot prevent it to pass to other. But vaccine really can protect you from severe sickness. And also we get a regular face mask, an N95, whatever, but it can protect you, but from time to time you need to take it off. It cannot protect you when you took it off. So that's why we find a gap of protection. And when I look at from the social media, I ask people, how do you get COVID? And guess where they get COVID?
Where?
The most place is supposed to be a most safe place. Most place that give you peace of mind is at home.
Well, don't tell us that.
That is true because whenever you go outside, you say, okay, I need to prepare myself. But when you go home, you say, I'm ready at home. I take off my mask, and I just want to relax. Mm-hmm. And majority of people get it from there, from our families. So that's why I make us a nasal filter be a way layer protection at all time. You can wear it at all time because it's comfortable. And it just don't give you any, you barely just feel much of the restriction on breathing. And you can eat and drink, and yes.
So even if you don't want to wear one at home, because that is where you feel you're most like, even after a long day, Mr. Yang, you want to come in, take shoes, socks, bra off, get comfortable. You probably don't want to wear all of that there. But I can see where even culturally speaking, prior to the pandemic, you saw folks that were choosing coverings when they traveled, or in certain countries that had the air pollution, they're just a little more necessary in that respect, at least in terms of someone who wants to do that.
Right.
And so having products that obviously can meet that need but also be unique in design, I can see would be very helpful. Are they made here in Mississippi?
It is made in Mississippi. It is made in Hattiesburg.
And is there like a facility for it, or are you making these like at home?
Right now we handcrafted at home.
Mm-hmm.
We handcrafted at home, and we just have a good air area and circulate with the air, and we just have the materials that we purchase all the medical filters, and we also purchase some other with the fashion design, and whatever you can find some fabric or fashion from Hobby Lobby, from Michael's, or whatever.
So we want
places.
one, Mr. Yang. Where do we get it?
If you can want one, we have online shop. It's called Etsy. It's www.etsy.com/shop/PSC Hub City MS.
All right.
Right.
And you'd be supporting local, and then there are obviously the opportunity to have multiple. I know you have different colors and brands and all of the things. So I'm so excited for you, Mr. Yang. Congratulations on all your success. You'll have to come back in 2, 4, 6 years and show us where PCS Solutions are then. How about that?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to. I would love to share the good news. And I'm love to listen to your show and hear a lot of the great story about our state.
Well, I appreciate that. You guys stick with us. We got more for